So not too long ago, I picked up this Jokerized Robin figure with the idea of repainting the figure, and in this video, we're going to take a closer look at how I'm going to go about doing that.
So I found this old ass Carrie Kelly figure on clearance in my Toys R Us that is shutting down recently. They had a 40% off sale on all of their items. So I decided to pick this figure up. As the base body, I'm fairly certain it is the exact same as the Dick Grayson figure. And I want to try and kitbash this one and the Jokerized version that I picked up. I'll probably repaint that head sculpt, try and match this skin tone, and hopefully the greens on the gloves are kind of the same, so I can kind of swap out the hands. If the greens are a little different, maybe I'll try and recolor the top halves of the gloves so that they will match the new hand expressions, and maybe I can kind of work with that.
So when it comes to this Robin repaint, I now think it's going to turn into a Robin Kitbash, as the bodies, like I was saying, are the exact same. At least I'm fairly certain. Yeah, I don't know. Getting a closer look at them, they look like they're the same body. Oh, no. That lower, kind of like trunks area is a different sculpt. But what I think I'm going to go about is I'll probably still just keep this as the main body. Actually, I guess there is a lot of differences. There's a different sculpt on the kind of top t-shirt aspect of the figure. Well, I guess I'll take both the figures out and we'll take a look. But what I'm planning is I think I'm going to attempt to make a mold of this head sculpt and put it onto this body. Just because when it comes to painting the skin tone onto the white like this, it might be kind of difficult when it comes to the like joints area. Looks like these greens might be close enough, so I won't really need to do anything when it comes to the gloves. See what I gotta do to get this freaking Dick Grayson Robin figure. Just because I can't get it on the aftermarket, I gotta get two of these just to make one Robin. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do with this body, as I really just want the head sculpt and the accessories. Obviously this one's been sitting on the shelf for a while. They had to repackage it as the blister was all messed up. I don't really mind, as I'm an out-of-box collector and they're both getting opened anyways. So at least in theory, that is kind of what I got going on. I think I'm just gonna open this up. I know on the aftermarket maybe he goes for like 50 to 70 in box, which, like, I don't know, we'll see. I'll open up that one first. Alright, so getting both the figures outside of the box here, we'll take a closer look. Maybe they just look similar. Maybe this is a bit more, yeah. Sorry, I'm just taking a look here as well. Now, if just the hands pop out there, because it seems on the Carrie Kelly figure, obviously she doesn't have alternate hands, but the ball joint comes out and this can come off, so maybe there is a chance if I boil and pop, I can take the whole sleeve off and just interchange them. The greens are ever so slightly, I guess on camera they're a lot different. They are a different shade of green, but I might be able to kind of get away with it. The arms look the same. The sculpt of the gloves look the same. I guess these t-shirt parts kind of look the same as well. The capes are the same sculpt. The legs kind of look the same. I guess it's this short area, and the torso is a bit thicker on the Dick Grayson over the Carrie Kelly. So maybe what is gonna happen here? Well, let's just kind of see what happens here. So that is more or less what I want the end result to look like. Okay, this might actually change things a bit. This arm can just straight up pop out like that. So maybe I just switch the arms like that. And I'm sure this keeps this on with glue. Doesn't even really look like it's on there. Yeah. I'm really just ruining both these figures though. I'm going for it now. Goodbye resale value. So, popping that off, I can paint this torso part a red more like this. I'm really just making a massacre here, but I popped the legs off of this figure. This, dang, double kicked up. Maybe I should not be saying that with this figure. But these trunk shorts, I was able to pop off. So I will spray paint this green, and I'll give it a matte clear coat. And then these legs, will pop off, and then we'll go onto this body. This will be painted a deeper red like I said, and I guess it works well because I can keep the green color the same.
I might be able to, I will have to maybe boil and pop, being able to, I can probably boil this, pop that green part out so I can have the correct green. Even though in person the greens look not too drastically different, but on camera they look a lot more different. But I can probably boil these, pop that out, put them onto this one. Same with the arm on this side, so I can have that.
But I'm cooking. It may look like a pile of garbage right now, but hopefully I'm cooking. I just ruined 2 figures. And I don't know, if anything, I can just throw them all back together. Alright, so getting that off, that's gonna go on to this body. And that'll be glued on when this is a different red. I hate the Jokerized ones. They're just a cheap repaint. And the end result is going to kind of look something like this, but less distorted. Is it kind of a waste of money to get 2 figures of Kitbash from like this? I don't know, probably, but I don't know, it's kind of fun to see what I can do like this.
Nothing like bringing 2 severed Robin arms to Walmart with you to pick paint. But the reason I'm going with spray paint when it comes to the skin color over just regular paint.
Editing symbiote here. The spray paint for this figure did not work. I just had to end up repainting the head sculpt and the torso piece, as the spray paint was leaving this kind of like sticky feeling on the plastic even after the matte clear coat. So I had to redo all of the paint. So I would just avoid the spray paint altogether to save yourself some time.
Is I don't really want the brush strokes to be on the face. It'll kind of like take away, I feel, from the, I guess,
realism?
It's not realism, but like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to see like brush strokes on the figure's face. It'll just take away the whole vibe. I don't really know how else to say that. And I brought this one for the green, but now that I think of it, I don't even think I need that for the green. I just kind of need to match the skin tone.
Alright, so I just got back from my quick little Walmart run, and these are the paint colors I picked up. I got all matte colors and a matte clear coat, and when it came to the green, I got this bright green with me. Like I was saying, I brought along the little arms that I needed to focus. I brought along the arms so I could kind of get a kind of look at what the coloring is going to be. I feel like this green kind of matches this kind of green. Well, there's a little bit that was kind of coming out, which kind of helped me a little bit more to see what the paint looks like when it settles. So I feel like that kind of looks similar. Also, the green is so different on like the ball joint to like the actual wrist. It's hilarious. Love you, Todd. And when it comes to the peach color, this looks like it should be a similar kind of skin tone, so that should work out. Bringing this Sid Phillips toy into frame here.
Again, this is going to be spray painted with the red, and again, I got the spray paint so it would kind of be a little bit more settled onto the figure without it looking kind of choppy with paint brushing. I'm probably just going to, again, blue tack the belt, blue tack the logo, and I'll, maybe if I can pop these shoulder parts out as well.
Maybe they'll come out with the boil and pop method, but it looks like they'll come out. If those can pop off the figure, that'd be very helpful, so I don't get paint on the green there, so I can just spray paint the upper torso, which would be definitely Pog. And when it comes to this kind of skirt piece, shorts, whatever, I'm just going to be painting it with the green. I didn't think I needed to get a full can of spray paint for that. I might just do a clear coat on it first, then paint it, and then hit it with the matte clear coat again. And yes, like I said, I'm going to boil and pop all the parts that I need to do the boil and pop method for. I really just said nah to the stop motion idea I had though while doing this. I kind of just went off with making this to see if I could actually do it, and now I'm excited to do the custom. But originally I was thinking of having kind of Joker kidnap Dick Grayson Robin when he is young, obviously, and kind of have him chained up and have him spray painted to look like the Joker to torment Batman, and have Batman be very frustrated. Yeah, I don't know, something kind of like that. Batman's frustrated with Joker, beats the snot out of him, and he decides that Robin maybe is too young to be crime fighting, and he kind of tells him not to be a part of this life, or at least, and like Dick insists that he wants to be Robin still, as he didn't feel traumatized by it, but Bruce was traumatized for having him kind of be lost in that way, especially to the Joker. And then, I don't know, he waits till he's older to kind of bring him back as Robin. That was just kind of what I had in story when it comes to this Jokerized Dick Grayson look, but that ship has sailed as I'm just repainting him. Robin, anyone? Okay, so I have just done the whole boil and pop method. I'd say for the most part it worked. Got a little nice
bowl of all of the Jokerized parts.
And the Kelly green bits are in that bowl. Not really sure what I'm going to do with it yet, but I don't know, I'll figure something out, I guess. But these green parts now came from the Jokerized Robin figure. The boil and pop method worked really well. I was able to just pop these arms straight out of the torso, and this torso here came with the Carrie Kelly figure, and I was able to peel off the Robin kind of outfit. I did the same thing with the Dick Grayson, so this is going to go over top like this, and I'm going to glue it. It doesn't really matter that the inside is different, as it's still the same articulation and it still works kind of the same deal. And now there is the flesh colored neck in there. I was actually able to tear off the hair, so I am going to give this the skin color spray paint. It'll kind of go on there afterwards. Obviously I can spray paint this black or just paint it black, as I don't really think I needed the spray paint for the hair. Spray painting this green. Again, the boots, boil and pop, took the feet out, popped them onto the Carrie Kelly one. This is gonna go on through that and be colored green. Once I do the painting parts, I can truly pop everything back together and crazy glue what I need to crazy glue together. And now that these green hands are able to kind of still pop out, I have the interchangeable hands with the matching green on the whole Robin, which is super tight. This is actually coming along a lot better than I originally expected. I'm still going to keep the Carrie Kelly head, and I could probably just pop this on and off so I can have both versions of Robin. I just prefer Dick Grayson Robin. So that's why it's going to be the main base. Got a cool green cape out of it I could give to someone. And I guess I got another custom figure I can do with that. But this is a lot of rambling. I'm going to get to painting. I'm going to give it a first coat, and then we'll go on from there. And again, I did just cover up the mask with blue tack.
Again, the spray paint did not end up working, and with the blue tack and the spray paint, it was kind of difficult to take the blue tack off after the spray paint was already on there, because it was kind of peeling off that paint. So again, just don't bother with it.
I mainly wanted to get the white eyes covered. If I have to go over top of the mask with a little bit of black paint, that is easier to do than painting the eyes. I'm terrible at painting eyes. So yeah, this is going to get the skin color paint now. And then, yeah.
Taking a quick look here at what that Jokerized Robin figure came with. Some of the accessories are kind of cool. I know I was dogging on the figure a while back, but this is like the first Jokerized figure that I own. And seeing like a different colored base was kind of interesting. The purple and green kind of pop, but that's kind of cool. This bad boy, I'm kind of intrigued as to how different these are compared to the different versions of this figure, just because it's dry brushed and like the X's look hand painted, so I'm kind of intrigued how like
the my brain.
Similar they look between figures, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I do enjoy the Jokerized card, so I don't know, I like the cards. I throw them in a binder. I'm cringe. Although this is kind of dope. This is something I didn't know was coming with the figure at all. And there is this deck of Jokerized cards. I think that's actually a really cool accessory to have. Again, it's just, I'll throw them in my binder, but also I think these could come in handy depending on stop motions. Like I could have the Joker, I don't know, show up anywhere and be like, hey, look at these cards. Pick a card, my brother. And it's like, oh, I'm blowing up a hospital now. I just thought that was kind of cool, as I didn't really review these figures. I just kind of instantly took them apart. I also thought of a cool idea that I could do with the whole Robin uniform. If I really wanted to, I could kind of glue those there and have like the Robin suit in the case. I think that'd be kind of cool. And then, yeah, having that kind of in there as well. I think that looked cool. Green cape. My brain went to Mysterio, but he does not have a green cape. I guess Dr. Doom and Kang has the purple one. Bruh, Alright, so this is kind of odd to jump back into here, but what I did end up doing is throwing this upper torso piece into some boiling water, and I put the thicker chest end in first to try and stretch out the torso area. I've wedged this craft stick and blood effect just kind of wedged in between the sides there to try and mold it into the shape as the plastic kind of hardens up again. So that torso section will be thicker to make it look more like Dick Grayson instead of Carrie Kelly. And with the one that I'm painting right now, I might make that the version that is in the case, and this will just be the one I use because it's already painted. It's not like it's gonna look bad, and I'm not gonna worry about paint sticking. I feel like this is just the way to go. The other one, I do think that will be now a Robin suit in the case. I think that'd be a cool kind of thing to have for videos and whatnot. Okay, let's see. Alright, they're not like too terribly off. I think if anything, I might do like a quick watered down skin color over top of the head, and then maybe paint the lips as they paint the lips on the regular figures. But I do like the way that kind of is turning out. Hopefully it's not like sticky from the paint. Hopefully the clear coat kind of makes it feel more like just plastic. So far it's worked on the trunks and the hair. It's not sticky, so I'm just hoping the same thing. I don't want to touch that yet because the head is very important. Added a little bit of black over top of the green just to kind of add subtle shading that isn't like comic book cross hatching, so it doesn't stand out compared to the other figures that I own. So I had to buy different paint for the skin tone for the head, as the paint was not drying correctly. There was too many layers going onto the face sculpt, so it felt like it was kind of like giving that sticky feeling, and like you could see the paint was moving when you would touch the head sculpt. So I'm going to try and get some rubbing alcohol, take off all the previous layers of paint and let it dry, and then I will attempt to just repaint the head, and hopefully this paint will actually dry a bit easier and I can give it a clear coat. I didn't really originally want to do this as I didn't want the brush strokes to be on the face, but hopefully I can make a way for it to work, as I want the head sculpt to actually be dried when I move the head around. Look at this abomination. I pried off as much paint as I could, and now I picked up some rubbing alcohol. Whoa. Some rubbing alcohol, and I'm just gonna attempt doing my best to get rid of all that excess paint that I don't need anymore, and then just try and straight up repaint it instead of using the spray paint method. Okay, so this is kind of what the repainted head is looking like. There is the odd couple of brush strokes on there, but I've been putting just layers of very thin paint over top of it, and because the base has already kind of got that white skin underneath, it kind of works to the advantage of having the skin tone over top of it. I don't need to put a bunch of coats of paint on there. I'm going to touch up the mask a little bit afterwards, but I think this is turning out better than before. And with this color for the face. And this is kind of where we're at when it comes to this piece here. I'm glad that I'm going to be using this part for the suit in the case kind of type beat, as the paint, it ain't really working with this material of plastic. The skin tone, I'd say, is matching pretty well. I might have to do a couple more coats of the skin, but we're getting there, and I'm hoping that the matte clear coat this time will make it, well, not sticky. So finally, after a couple days here, I have finally finished out my custom Kitbash Robin figure, and I'm pretty excited with how it turned out. Just bringing the figure in here. That's just so peak. I finally got Dick Grayson Robin, and I didn't need to pay $130 for him. I just had to buy 2 separate figures and 3 cans of spray paint and 2 smaller things of paint to probably end up paying more or less the same price. But that's okay. I like the experience. It was a cool custom. Taking a closer look here, obviously a lot of this is just from the Carrie Kelly Robin figure. The green, as you've seen, is just from the Jokerized Robin figure. I do feel this torso part is slightly thicker than it originally looked. I tried my best to keep it very simplistic so it would still fit into this style of the DC Multiverse figures. I added the slightest bit of black at the bottom to kind of make it look like there is shading underneath. and a closer look here at that head sculpt. I think I did a pretty good job, all things considered, especially knowing that the original paint kind of turned out terribly, and removing all that paint and still coming out with a figure that is still kind of somewhat smooth looking. I am proud of this one. The skin tones I think match close enough, and when it comes to the mask, I did add the tiny little bit of green, as I like that aesthetic, having those kind of like sheen going down. That was kind of big in the Batman cartoon, and I think the Teen Titans cartoon as well. When it comes to articulation, it is the same as both releases of the Robin figure. I do not really want to go into that, so I won't. Sorry, bruh. This bow staff here comes with the Tim Drake figure, but I just, deadass, I think Robin, like, each Robin should have the bow staff. I just think it works well. Like, I don't, it is the Robin weapon, and when he doesn't have it, it feels weird. Like the Teen Titans cartoon version of Dick Grayson with the bow staff. Oh, chef's kiss. That is just peak, bro. And that's like just, I don't know, is cemented in my brain. Robin needs a bow staff. But the head sculpt, it is actually still able to kind of be popped off the body there, which works, as I can still throw on the Carrie Kelly head sculpt. Obviously, the neck joint isn't on there, but I do have the variety of which Robin I could use. I just also think this is a cool head sculpt to have, just to throw it on other bodies if I'd like. And I didn't glue down this cape piece, as I do have this older Robin cape that originally came with a Arkham City Robin. The figure has been sold off and kind of taken apart and whatnot. I kept the cape for a Robin figure, and I do think it works out well with this one here. Just needed to find the head back there and pop that on. I think that is very cool. And that right there is just, I don't know why, it's kind of giving off mad Jason Todd vibes. Now, that might be kind of what I do in the future here when it comes to stop motion work. The yellow cape could be Dick Grayson, and when I animate with this cape, it'll be Jason Todd. Maybe I could find a different head sculpt at some point just to throw it onto that body. I do have this Tim Drake figure here, but the head sculpt doesn't pop off without it kind of being heated up first, but I do think that would look kind of cool on there. Wow, pretty cool. I still want the variant of this. I do enjoy this though. I don't know why. That's cool. Ah, man, that's just so sick. This is like the first time I've like truly experienced this figure, and like this just feels like Batman and Robin in my collection now. Like, this is sick. Bruh. I was gonna be like, and again, because the green is from the Jokerized one, all the hands still work, and I picked up a rock, and this accessory is dope as well. Ah, that's just so peak, bruh. I think that will actually be all for this video though. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this helped you out, maybe if this is a custom idea you'd like to do yourself. It was fairly simple for the most part. If you're a younger viewer, maybe get your parent or guardian to do the whole boiling and popping thing, as you will burn your fingers. Even with like the little tong I took them out of the pot, but popping them back into place, I burned that shit. So be careful for that. And just ignore the spray paint altogether. It has ruined a lot of the previous work. Just go with paint and matte clear coat, good to go. I can touch the head without feeling like it's gonna ruin the figure, and I'm really glad with how that's turned out. It's probably my favorite custom, as it's very simple and it feels like cheating in a way. But that's all. Yep. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Peace.